Hello, everyone. It's Benjamin Apollos again. Thanks for tuning in. In my last video, I introduced to you the master and self-control system, how I came about it, and I think it was a little comical even to me. Now that I've written the system, I'm so glad that I've written it, and it has helped me so much. I have healed from post-traumatic stress disorder. I have better relationships. I'm prospering financially. I literally have no debt. I have better relationships with my children, my friends, my business partners, my partners in the ministry. And I'm just happy that I was able to get to this place. Now, where it started is with Model 1 that I expressed to you earlier, the L.E.P model, the Life Experience Platform. L.E.P model, L.E.P, Life Experience Platform. Now, in the Life Experience Platform, we have what we call Principal Identifiers. The Principal Identifiers are situations, events, and circumstances that have happened in our lives that make us who we are today. Now, within the situations, events, and circumstances, we have to identify what situations, what events, and what circumstances have caused us to become the person we are today. For example, we've all been in certain situations. Many times they're precarious situations. They're hard decisions, hard situations where we have to make pressing decisions, whether to make this decision or that decision. And depending on the decision that we made, we would obviously prompt some type of outcome, cause and effect and cause. So your situations, for example, you have to make a decision whether your baby's going to get diapers today or you're going to pay the light bill. What do? You have no other source of income. And so do you let the baby go without diapers or you pay your bills? Let's say that bill is the power bill. Now you have to make that's a pretty precarious situation. Now, let's say you've always grew up where you were always short of income. Money was always tight. So now you've grown up around people who have been taught sometimes by default, watching maybe your parents or your significant other or a guardian, and how they would squeeze whatever they could out of whatever money they had and try to make the best decision so that the family would benefit. Or maybe you happen to be maybe in a more unfortunate situation where you, by default, you saw somebody who was maybe not very responsible with money. Maybe they were on drugs, alcohol, maybe they were gambling, maybe they just were never taught how to manage money. But let's just revert back to the situation again. Okay, so now you're in a precarious situation. It's you now. So let's just say, again, the baby needs diapers or you pay the power bill. What do? Now, obviously, the power bill is connected to more things than the baby's diaper, so you got to make a decision. Now, in such a decision, you may decide just to get the baby diapers and then your lights are cut off. Well, did you ever think that maybe if you controlled your emotions, you would think to call the power company and ask for an extension? Now, that's being responsible. Now you're learning other ways that you can get the things done, and now you have a coerced decision where you literally got everything done. You were able to get the baby diapers, and you got a few days to the power bill, give you some time to figure out how you're going to pay your bill. Now, a situation like that, let's just say that those things, they have a domino effect, and they move from one situation of your life to the other. Now you've kind of learned creative ways to do things, and now you can choose to just create this kind of habit where this is how you do things, and people start to feel used and so on and so forth because you're always trying to put things off, or you just become more and more responsible, and you say, you know what, this is not how I want to live. I want to get me a better job to pay more income. Do I need to go to school? Whatever it is I need to do. And oftentimes those things come with controlling your emotions. So that would be an example of a situation. So a circumstance will happen to be whether or not you want to go to a beach, and you know that you can't swim, but everybody that's part of the beach party, they're in the water. And they're like, come on, John, why don't you jump on in the water with us? He's like, no, that's okay. Everybody's going out waist high, and you don't understand currents about oceans, so you're ignorant, right? So it's a pretty precarious circumstance here. So you go out waist high, and all of a sudden you feel the waves pulling you out to sea. I think you're gonna think that's a pretty bad circumstance you're in, right? But you knew all along that you couldn't swim, so you should have never got in the water. for example. All right. An event would be something similar to that. All right. You have a certain value system as it relates to the kind of crowds that you hang around. But someone decided to invite you to a concert where there's a lot of marijuana smoking going around in the audience. Okay. And then all of a sudden you're at this event and someone's offering you marijuana. You don't smoke marijuana. You're actually kind of shocked that this is all going on, but you decide that you got to stay in the concert and you get intoxicated from the smoke of the marijuana. And then next thing you know, you're like, I'm already in this. You go on to doing something else, to drinking, taking drugs, whatever the case may be. It's just an idea. So because it's an event. Now look at the domino effect. We've all been in similar situations like that, right? Where we knew it was something that we shouldn't have participated in, or we may have been ignorant about what we were being approached with, which is not a very, very good decision in the first place, because self-control would help you to get grounded and say, okay, what's this concert about? Who are these people? And look up their reputation. What kind of people participate in these kind of events? What is it that this singing group, what is it that they promote? And these ideas can cause you to pick up other ideas that's not so good for you. And if you have a family, you're trying to take care of your children, so on and so forth. The next thing you know, you got all these bad habits. You're smoking marijuana and may end up taking cocaine or using cocaine, drinking alcohol. Next thing you know, your life is completely out of control. You kind of get the picture, right? So let's look at something else that I hadn't planned on talking about, but there's a way to ground yourself before you make decisions. Now, the system that I created, there are 3 levels to mastering self-control. But what you do, you have to always ground yourself to make decisions where you are looking at both the pros and the cons. Okay? The goods and the bads. Now, you have to decide on what risk you're willing to take. Now, we already know if you take too many bad risks, your life is going to end up in a bad place. Where the master self-control system helps greatly reduce the bad decisions. And that's why I want to talk to you about the life experience platform. So now, but let's look at these 3 examples that I've given you. And because you have a history, a trend, a habit of making either responsible decisions or not so responsible decisions, your life today is a full example, a compilation of all the decisions that you made up to this point, right? Whether directly or indirectly, okay? Now, we make decisions based on fear, be it a good decision or bad decisions. For example, you may think that making a decision to go to college is a good decision. It is for some people, maybe not for other people, but let's just say it's a good thing. More than likely, you made this decision to go to college because if you feel that if you don't go to college, you reduce your chances of making the kind of money that you want to make or need to make to have the kind of life you want. Fair enough? Okay, I call that hysteria. It's a word I coined called hysteria. So we make decisions always based and rooted in fear. So even the good decision of going to college is based on fear. Get it? But it's fear working in your favor where it's not in your favor. Sometimes people make decisions based on fear that's not necessarily in your favor. It's like it's a negative fear, right? So you get upset or you get nervous, you become nervous about something, become anxious, and you panic, right? So we know more than likely the decision you're going to make on the end of that one is going to be a bad decision. Okay, so that was also motivated by fear. So fear, or I call everything falls within the realm of hysteria, and you're going to see this on your several model chart. What I want to help you to do is take these experiences from your life experience platform, the situations, events, and circumstances, and use them to your favor. Okay, so within this system, when you go to your book, you're going to be reading the scenarios, and you're going to see how a person has made decisions based on their emotions all the time, except when you get to mature level of self-control, which we will talk about that. Okay, so that's the life experience platform model number 1. Stay tuned for model number 2, which is the relevant model. Okay, we'll see you in a bit.